Trademark hell continues for American Riviera Orchard, this time over the logo. Yes, so yes, as it turns out, the logo is illegible, especially the O in American Riviera Orchard. And this is not a surprise. You almost get the sense that Meghan Markle, that she was looking at this and she had the A and she had the R and then totally and completely forgot about the O and just said, well, it's in there somewhere. Well, the US Patent and Trademark Office says, no, it's not. She's probably going to have to redo this. So what can we learn from this scenario? Because obviously there is a lot to learn from Meghan Markle in this whole American Riviera Orchard debacle. In fact, I think this will be my first episode of what I would like to call using examples from Meghan Markle of how to not do business. Yes, YouTube has offered these things they now call courses, and I don't really get how it works, but I kind of want to upload one. So I thought today would be a great day because trademarks are important. You think about Target, Apple, Nike, Adidas, Amazon, so many brands around the world, they all have trademarks. And these trademarks, in some cases, are so iconic that you don't even have to put the rest of the brand name. All you need is the trademark. Logo tells you exactly which brand it is. But Meghan Markle is failing to do this so far with American Riviera Orchard. In fact, since we are closing in on about halfway through September, it's becoming pretty evident at this point that Meghan Markle probably will not have her brand in stores or online or wherever she's going to sell it by Christmas. This cannot be more of an epic train wreck. And I think it's an epic train wreck that many other people can avoid. So today we are going to do a little lesson on how to create a logo. So yes, but if you guys haven't been to World News Network before, hello, my name is Brittany. I provide compelling real commentary and occasional business advice. But obviously, as I'm not really a professional business person, so there's probably much better people out there, but we're going to go with it today. So if you guys want to subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. I got something. So this is from Anna Lucia, and you guys might remember in a video recently, I showed a couple of pieces that were on the website because I was like trying to thinking, I show you guys a lot of the same stuff. So I was like trying to like change it up. And I was like, oh, these are a couple cool pieces. One's on sale and everything. And they ended up sending me one of them. So excited. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, oh, there it is. Okay, I need to actually be able to look at it myself, but okay, there it is. Oh no, there we go. Oh, you can't totally see it. Yay! So this is such a cool piece, guys. So I had something similar, but it was like fake stones. And so I wanted this. These are lab created diamonds, but I like it. They're just it's kind of a shorter necklace and something I think you could wear all the time and layer with others that has these, you could see 5 little dangling stones. And you can wear it like this, and it's gold, it's yellow gold. And so I think this is so classy. Again, guys, I have something like this, but it was fake. And I was like, I just want something that's cool and real. And I've actually wanted something real for a while because I just love the idea. Oh, there it is. And then you can layer it. And so, and my cross necklace is a bit longer. So I think you could wear these both at the same time. Maybe not as much longer as I was thinking as it was, but maybe, it'd be cool if I could like so cool. So guys, anyways, if you want to check this out, this is on their website. And if you use code ROYAL20, you shall save 20%. So again, we'll be doing a couple of these courses, and then I have an idea for sort of a finale, you could say. And so again, if you guys want to hit that subscribe button, this may be more of like an intro course because I haven't really planned this out. And good teachers plan things out, and I'm not being a good teacher today. But I was just like trying to figure out because I wanted to talk about this because again, this is so fascinating. I just can't imagine having Meghan Markle's resources and having literally every failure of your brand as it's like minutia failure magnified by the press. And the reason it is, and I want to go into this real quick because obviously people are like, well, you're waiting for her to fail. You want her to fail. Not necessarily, no. I'm just curious and going along for the ride. But here's the thing. There are people who are wanting her to fail. And so if you are a smart person, the thing you want to do is not give your critics ammunition. And this is exactly what Meghan Markle is doing. The way you shut down your critics is by doing everything so flawlessly, there is nothing they can complain about. Now, of course, there will always be people who complain about everything. That's life. But when you are somebody who is so disliked like Meghan Markle, what you want to do is get people on your side. And the way she can do that is by actually doing a good brand launch. Because at this point, what Meghan Markle has done, which is due to her other own incompetence, as far as I can tell, has made American Riviera Orchard a brand of mockery, and there's not even a single product to mock. That's what she's done. And she's done that by announcing it way too early. And the other thing, and I've said this time and time again, is she needs a newsletter. Why she's not writing a newsletter right now every single week, sharing what American Riviera Orchard is all going to be about, I have no idea. Because when it comes to creating a logo, what you want the logo to do is convey what you are trying to achieve. And so in this instance, a great example, believe it or not, it's the World News Network logo. Yes, you can kind of see it. It's kind of messed up here. Now, the thing I need to change, which I haven't yet, is I actually want to change the text here to match the technical font down below because I like this font better. But this is what I created literally myself. I created this all by myself. I chose a color palette. I know exactly which color blue this is. You'll notice, although I got a little bit off on my reds for a while because I couldn't quite remember the red. I know exactly which color it is. It's a series of letters and numbers, and I know it by heart. And I know it by heart because I've done this so many times. And when I was looking at trying to create my brand, what I wanted to convey is sort of a classic, you could say, color scheme, one that would sort of lend itself to royalty. Now, it doesn't have to be really explicit, but it needs to be something that kind of echoes that. It has to have this classic feel. And the reason it has to have this classic feel is because royalty reminds me of sort of this echo of a bygone era. And obviously blue is kind of one of those colors. It's not purple. I just didn't really like the idea of purple, but I like blue. Blue is also a great tone overall because it's very flattering on people. I remember listening to Office Ladies and they talked about how blue is actually the most complimentary color for anybody to be photographed in. Pretty much anybody's color scheme, they all look good in blue. And so that is just something to keep in mind. And so I just thought, especially when it comes to, let's say, outfits, not that I have a ton, but I do actually have branded gear. And my branded gear, it's very easy to get because it's blue. So I can kind of lean towards the navy blue aesthetic because that does fall within, I feel like, this category to a certain extent. And I do have a color within my whole color scheme that is a dark blue. Although I've lost some of that because the program I use has changed something. So we'll have to go with there. But I can wear blue. I can actually, and I have embroidered the logo on something. So let me get something real quick. So when it comes to branded gear, you could say mine is really simple because I got a simple design. So it was really simple to embroider this on there. I think even maybe the font's slightly different, but it's really easy to do that because my logo is really, really easy. So let's take a look at Meghan Markle's and how hers totally and completely failed to be basically the basic that it could be, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It should be so simple. And actually, I created one that I'm going to show you guys as well, which is basically her letters and very simply done. So we do have this. So this is from the Daily Mail because, again, Meghan Markle broadcast that she was going to go down this route. She broadcasted it. She told us all what the Instagram account was. And the thing is, the Instagram account had been founded in January. So she had 3 months where she didn't do anything and nobody knew. But then she broadcast it. And so then she's trying to get it now through the trademark process. And as it turns out, whoops, you can't really use it. So it says now the same office is questioning. So they already said it's going to be really hard to trademark a geographical location because Riviera stands for Santa Barbara. There's already things that have claimed that. And so she's going to have a really hard time here. And so now the office is questioning the letter O for Orchard is depicted on the intricate swirling logo for the company, planned to help boost fortunes of Harry and Meghan following the end of their $20 million Spotify deal in a non-final action document. And so again, this could change, but I really think she's going to have to adjust this a bit. It's a bad logo. It is an incredibly bad logo. Writes that the application has been renewed by an examining attorney and applicant must submit an amended description of the mark that agrees with the mark on the drawing. The current description is inconsistent with the mark on the drawing and thus inaccurate. Descriptions must be accurate and identify only those literal and design elements appearing in the mark. And so the issue here is the O. So we're looking at this here. You can see, I mean, the hard thing is you could read a variety of things into this. It's so confusing. It doesn't work. And so this is, you could say, the A right here, which I think is actually a horrible A. A lot of people said it looks more like an H. Some people said it's sort of there to mimic HRH. And I can kind of sort of see that. Like it's too high. The line should be here, but then the R doesn't work. And the R is behind here, but it goes in front and then behind. So it goes in the front here behind. And then we got all these swirly cues. Why? No idea. Like many people said. And to me, the description of this that fits the most is that it looks like a bug. It looks like a bug. And I don't see the O anywhere. You could maybe say the O is here, but that's a stretch. You could maybe argue like the O is here, the O is the frame. I don't know what it is, but I can almost guarantee you that Meghan Markle is 100% the person who put this thing together. This is her creation. This is her creation. She likes the swirly cues that she does in her fancy cursive. It's not calligraphy, it's cursive. And so this is the end result. And it's just not good. It's just not good because you see my logo, it's clear. It's a circle and a crown. It's very simple, but it's also very, very clear. It gives you an indication of what this thing could be. It's probably about royalty. Why? Because there's a crown there. I don't know what this is about. Because again, your logo should also convey a bit of a message. Now, this is, again, is not always the case, but think of Target. Actually, my dad talked about Target once. Target's logo is a literal target. Yeah. I don't know if anybody caught on to that, but Target's logo is a literal target. It's a red target. So, like Target and Target, like it's all factors in together. That's insane. It's so smart though. And sometimes too, you can get to the point where just even a musical cue can let you know which brand it is. I think it's Dell that goes dun dun or something like that. Like it's a musical cue. So you hear that and you think Intel or maybe it's Dell. I can't quite remember. But it's some sort of tech thing. And again, it's all goes back to logo, branding, all these sorts of things where you're subconsciously or consciously trying to infuse a message to your audience. So guys, I decided for fun to make a little ARO logo because obviously cursive is very important to Meghan. Gold and white is very important to Meghan Markle. So I created something that I find just incredibly simple. And I think it really conveys a simple message. Like there's kind of a wheat thing around, which I like, but it's simple. You can actually clearly read the letters because simplicity will always win over convoluted mess. Which is what Meghan did with her logo. It's a convoluted mess. So keeping it simple and easy, and people can see obviously the ARO. If she's going to go the acronym route, that's a great way to go. I don't know what else she's going to do, but again, it's all about keeping things simple. And so that is just my little example there. Because if I made Royal News Network my face, I could do that. But the intention behind my company was never for it to really be just about me. The vision is at some point to expand and have more commentators and those sorts of things. At some point in the overall future of the brand, I would love to have that, especially people who are like in country who can commentate on the royals. That would be awesome. So like even just the Spanish royals, the Danish royals, the Netherlands royals, the Swedish royals, like people who are sort of experts willing to go to events and engagements and stuff, that would be perfect. I don't have the capacity to help anybody with that that aspect of it. But that would be great because again, the vision is always greater than what maybe the initial thing is because good businesses too kind of grow organically. So you can pay a boatload to have promotion up the wazoo to get your brand going. And on some platforms that is sort of required. Facebook is kind of like that. You kind of have to pay to play on Facebook. Is my understanding, although I'm trying to maybe grow a bit more organically there. But when it comes to YouTube, I grew essentially organically. How did I do that? Well, really, I just simply came up with good titles and came up with good content, had good camera thing and microphone. I'm having a bit of a struggle because I'm trying to run this thing through internet now, which is a little bit different than what I was doing before. But for me, it works so much better to do it this way. And it's not perfect, no flawless system is, and I'm just myself, so I can't do a ton. But again, Meghan Markle has all the resources in the world to create the literal perfect logo. And this is what she comes up with. Now, it works as a crest for something. It works as a royal insignia, but as a brand, it doesn't work. Because Meghan Markle, again, like Harry, they're both trying to straddle the two worlds. They're worlds where they are royals in their own minds, obviously, and in the world where they're influencers. So they're trying to do this thing where they're trying to make royalty influencing or something totally bizarre like that. And it's just not working because you're either royal or you're not. You can't do this in between thing. And when it comes to American Riviera Orchard, there are no name people who have bigger followings on Instagram than Meghan Markle does. And the reason they do in part is because they're creating content. Because what Meghan Markle has failed to do is also as well looking at this logo. Again, I have no idea what American Riviera Orchard represents. I have no clue. We've heard Meghan has a passion for cooking and hosting and gardening and whatever, but we haven't seen her do any of those things. Again, while she's going through this trademark process, the best way to deflect from these hiccups is to be posting every day on Instagram, having a weekly newsletter. 100%. She could do short little videos. She has the capacity to do that. But as far as I can tell, she's lazy. And as somebody said in the comments recently, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember who it was. She apparently not only can she not do two things at the same time, because she can't do her podcast at the same time. She's gearing up for a show that looks to be probably only about 8 episodes, by the way. Even though podcasts are really easy, they're kind of low-hanging fruit, especially again, if you have all Meghan Markle's resources, is that she can't even seem to do one thing at the same time. So let's go down here and says what other issues there are. It says in particular, the current mark indicates that a letter O appears in the mark. However, the letter is now clearly visible or highly stylized that is unrecognizable as a letter. Furthermore, the description is incomplete because it does not describe all the elements in the mark. And so the trademark office does give Meghan some tips as she's just doesn't know what to do. Writes the following description is suggested if accurate. The mark consists of a double-lined octagonal enclosing the stylized and overlapping letters AR and incorporating decorative and looping lines. The latter A contains a stylized flower at the top of the letter. So again, you get the sense that she started off with an American Riviera, then realized that it would probably be really hard, added orchard on the end, and then never adjusted the mark. It's just so bad. And the thing is, again, is none of this had to be public. She's the one making it public by announcing that she was launching it. Now, granted, most lay people, they're probably not paying that close attention. I was talking to somebody about it at church today, and she really wasn't aware of it, which is totally fine. But anybody who is conscious of this is watching every single bump of the road they're hitting. And that's just, again, as a brand, it's just ain't good. It's just not good what they're doing. And so it just doesn't work at all. It doesn't work at all. So, what can you as a layperson learn? Now, I am not a trademark expert by any means, but again, let's take my own example here. If you are considering a logo, obviously you can get a graphic designer to help you. 100% if you want to go that route, do it. But what you want to say is, I want something that sort of gives people a view into what my brand could be. So again, I chose something very simple, a circle with a crown inside. Not a lot of fancy elements. It's a pretty simple crown. Now, I could have gone with something more ornate, but I wanted something simple. Now, I may adjust this at some point because I got it out of a system, and so I didn't really create the crown myself, but I can have somebody say, okay, this is what I started with. Can you kind of elevate it a smidge, keep much of it the same, and then we go from there. You can even create your own fonts. You can do different things, again, to help convey a message to an audience. And this, again, I think is what Meghan Markle just seems unable to do, is connect with an audience. And that's going to be critical for her going forwards, and especially for any business, whether you're a small town business, big business, whatever, you have a relationship with your customer. And so that relationship can either be good or bad. And some of it goes down to is how you are messaging, communicating, having a relationship with them. Obviously, this should be a different video or whatever, but I think Meghan, in many ways, is failing here by not creating a relationship with her customers. And again, this goes all back to this laziness and everything like that, because what she should be doing is talking to them in some way. Now, she did apparently go to some sort of book event last night in Montecito, and she talked to those people. Why? Because they're wealthy and they're Oprah and they're other people. So she wants to talk to them, but she won't talk with you, the people she is wanting to buy her products. Because even when she did her recent announcement that she was investing in this company, Sesta Collective, she basically was sort of telling the world, I buy things and wear things so that you will buy them and I make money. And this is essentially how she's going to launch American Riviera Orchard. I think, and this is my prediction, we will only get an email when she has a product to sell or when her show is launching. Why? Because they're the only two things that make her money. She doesn't care about the customers unless she's making money from them. That's the only time she cares. And good companies, you feel good when you walk into the stores because even if you don't buy something, you had a good interaction with the employee. You had an idea and you walked in there, you tried on the outfit and it just didn't work. And it's like, well, I love their stuff. I love this style. I love how it looks on the model, but it just didn't look good on me. So you still have a relationship. But Megan doesn't want a relationship with her customer. She literally wants them to buy something just because she's Meghan Markle. And I personally believe, again, if people like what I wear, I know people like what I wear, and I try to post them in the video. So if you see me posting them in the video and you're like, oh, why is she posting that? It's because some people do. They want to know what lipstick I'm wearing. I mean, I've actually helped a different influencer person. And the amount of times people asked her about her lipstick was insane, or what outfit she's wearing, the shirt, whatever, because people want to know. They see something and they like it. And that's totally fine. Because at the end of the day, I just want you to enjoy the video. I hope you learn something. That is probably my biggest passion in this channel, is that I hope you come away with like a different little kernel, a different little nugget of knowledge somewhere, something that you didn't know before, what have you. That's what I hope you learn from this channel. And that might seem kind of silly and kind of maybe sad for some people, but to me, education is so incredibly important and I love it so much that I hope people learn something. And when it comes to Megan, I don't think she wants people to learn something. I don't even think she wants people to invest in her lifestyle all that much because her lifestyle is going to be so different than yours. She doesn't care what your lifestyle is. What she wants you to do is buy something because she wants to make money from you. That is her sole objective so far that we can tell with American Riviera Orchard. And again, she could completely, I would take it back that criticism if she started an email newsletter next week, giving people little updates, showing people aspects of her life. Why did she create this brand? Is it because it's her last option? Or is it because she's actually passionate about trying to help people have luxury at an affordable price? That is a completely and utterly honest answer. Is like, I love luxury things. They're too expensive for most people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand that people can buy. What I'm going to do is create a brand where people, no matter what resources they have, can purchase it and enjoy X. But Meghan Markle, again, she's not telling us that. She's just telling us, buy American Riviera Orchard so I can make money. It seems to be she won't do anything unless she can profit off the audience. And there are those things and there are not those things. And I think too, for me, I know I do videos sometimes and it is somewhat rare. I do videos that I know probably aren't going to do very well. But I do them because I love to do them. I would love to do more of those videos. Most people probably wouldn't watch. I do the other ones because honestly, yes, they perform better. And I'm only me. If I had all the resources Meghan Markle had, I'd be having 5 or 6 channels. I'd be doing history. I'd be doing like, I have this idea for a cooking thing. And we may see this, guys, upcoming this fall, coming soon. So I would do so many things just because not only is it a way to make money, because it is, but honestly, guys, I'm passionate about this. I enjoy talking to you guys about it because otherwise, my family, my friends, everybody would have to hear about it all the time and they would get sick of it. And sometimes, yeah, they're really curious. And other times, like, no, I'm done. I'm done. So I get to talk to you guys about it. You guys get to hear me talk about it. And hopefully, we're developing a relationship of sorts because we have something in common. And isn't that great? But again, Meghan just doesn't seem to have that philosophy. In fact, her entire philosophy seems to be, I'm a duchess. I seem to be unable to make podcasts or able to make good TV shows. So I need to make some sort of product that hopefully people can buy so I can finally make some money because the money's running dry. And that seems to be American Riviera Orchard. So if you want to, please prove me wrong. If not, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the grift that is American Riviera Orchard and it's all its trademark issues, development issues. And although this is sort of a more informal introduction, I want to do like more specific courses. So I hope you got something out of at least a little bit of talk about how I made my brand. Again, simple, easy. I used a program. I used Adobe Express. So if you want to use that, you can create something and it doesn't have to be complicated. I think sometimes people overthink things. Simplest is always better. But Meghan Markle is also not a simple person. Now I keep I keep going on and on in this ending, but I thought about something. Is even you see this in Meghan Markle's writing, she puts in 12 adjectives when she should have put in 2. Meghan Markle needs to streamline even her writing. But again, that would require, I think, somebody to be able to tell her that she's wrong. And she seems to be unable to find anybody who she is willing to listen to or even willing to say anything because they're too scared to tell her, well, that probably won't do very well. But guys, anyways, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching and all your support. More courses coming down the line. And I've got an idea for something and it's percolating. It started percolating yesterday and we will continue down that path. So guys, again, thanks for watching. I shall see you oh so soon. Bye.